Live from the Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. Week 11 continues to roll on the SFL Network. We are now live on YouTube for this great contest here at Silver State Stadium for the Las Vegas Fury and the London Knights. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, Eric Vinson alongside Ramos Lynn. What's going on, Ramos?
Hey, this is a very interesting matchup because we have a Vegas Fury team at home that just saw the previous game between Sioux Falls and Mexico City, and they feel a little bit of the pressure, but at the same time, they saw Sioux Falls drop their game, so it's their opportunity to win tonight and step up in this division, in this conference. As far as London, they want to do a spoiler here on the road, so let's see who comes out on top.
As we go down to midfield for the coin toss, London sporting their white jerseys with red pants. Vegas coming out with their black jerseys tonight. The Knights will receive to start things off. Both teams fighting for playoff position here. As we get Matt Rage teeing the ball up here in Vegas, ready to get things going. Are you ready? We know we are. Let's send it off. Here we go. From inside the 10-yard line at the 5, London bringing it up the field out to about the 26-yard line. Jeff Malinishin with the return. And we will see the London offense come out on the field first. Quarterback Nathan Lee, along with James Hands, Donnie Hands at receiver, Tristan Carr, the tight end, and Rex Ripley, the fullback. Going to throw the ball a ton here without a star running back, so we will see what happens as we come up with 1st and 10 from the 26. Lee is going to throw a quick pass out to about the 30-yard line. Quick gain of 4 on 1st down, Ramos.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good, for you to get a completion on your first play. On that time, it was Hands on a quick slant route. It's just basically, what you do as a head coach is just script the first 10, 15 plays of the ball game. Want to get your quarterback on rhythm, and that time it's a short game, but it builds confidence for the QB.
2nd and 6 now from the 30. Lee under center. He's going to hand it off to the fullback, and he will get maybe a couple on that play. Rex Ripley, one of the later signings for this Knights offense. And we talked about it off air, Ramos. This London Knights team is going to throw a ton on you.
Yeah, they will. I mean, they do have the fullback they used at that time, but, I think that they will use a fullback even more as a passing threat. And obviously, they have very good receivers, including Tristan Carr at the tight end position.
3rd and 5 now for Lee. Short drop, throws it right over the middle of the field. He's got his man for 1st down yardage, and that's out to the London 40 as they move the sticks.
Quick throws on rhythm, not very complex plays. It's not your typical, play action or flea flicker, stuff like that. It's just, 2-3 step drop and just throw the ball to the open receiver and get a 1st down.
Langley, the open receiver there, able to get the 1st down yardage. 2 backs in the backfield this time for Lee. 1st and 10 from the 40. Lee will have a further drop. He's hit as he's thrown. Had a receiver open, couldn't quite make the catch. And that's one of the Hands receivers there that could not reel it in.
Oh, man, if you're the quarterback, you're screaming at Hands because you just took a shot on the backfield and just threw a perfect ball. I mean, that needed to be completed. Now it's a 2nd and 10. And let's see if Nathan Lee, the former Pro Bowler last season, can convert.
Donnie Hands, the intended receiver there, couldn't quite reel it in. We'll get a look at the Las Vegas defense here in just a bit. Lee is going to throw, and he's got his man on the left-hand side. Diving attempt by the defender. Unfortunately for him, comes all for naught as Max Jackson finally brings him down at the Las Vegas 33.
And that's one of the most impressive plays we've seen in the SFL today, and including the previous game, is, one-handed catch backwards, and it was just a very impressive play by the wide receiver, committing on yet another 1st down.
Mike Fats Johnson, the defensive tackle down there. Merrick Itera, the only corner on this roster. Levant Irvine, Jack Burton, Anthony Wyo, and we just saw Max Jackson there on that last play as London gets another completion. That's Donnie Hands this time making the catch, and he will bring it out to the 25 of Vegas.
Yeah, good play by Hands. Not only catching the ball, but just turning it up the field, putting a defender on his back, and get some positive yardage. Now in a 2nd and 2, you know, the playbook opens up. Maybe you can run the ball again with your fullback. You can throw the ball short again. You know, there's a lot of possibilities in the playbook.
Plenty of options here, but Lee is going to throw, sticking with Old Faithful, but he gets absolutely gobbled up. That's Mike Fats Johnson getting in on the sack. 3rd and forever coming up for the Knights.
Yeah, and he had a little bit of time. Mike Johnson came in, but, you know, he did have just a little bit of time. I think that the offensive line gave him just enough to get rid of the ball, and Lee tried to do like a backward step or something like that, and he got sacked. So, you know, it could be a huge sack because it essentially might take you out of field goal range. We're in a dome, might be field goal range, but it's going to be more difficult.
Well, remember, London released their star kicker, Austin Powers, earlier in the season, so we'll have to see who his replacement is and, you know, what sort of kicking game they have as the other Hands brother makes the reception there, James Hands, short of the first down marker, so it is going to be 4th and 4, and we'll see London kick a field goal here.
Yeah, but it's not a bad play because that puts you in field goal range. It's just the work of the kicker. You know, the previous kicker, as you say, was released. So, you know, they trust this guy, a kicker, probably from the practice squad or something, to step up and make a play.
Nate Odell, he's going to attempt a 44-yarder. No gimme here, but it is up and through. London with the first points on the board to start things off here in Vegas.
Yeah, and that's a great kick. That's a great kick to put you in the lead to start the game, and you know it's important. It's very important to score first. If you're the London Knights, you're the team that is on the road. You're the team that is the underdog in this game at 3-6, going against the 5-4 Fury, and you know, a very impressive drive, I think, for the London offense. On, you know, you got sacked once, but you moved the ball consistently for about 40 yards and came away with points.
So Max Jackson's going to get the kickoff here following the opening points by London. He will bring it out to the 29-yard line. And that's where we will see the Fury offense take over, led by Thomas Rahman, 3rd overall pick in the last SFL rookie draft. Robert Redford, the running back behind him. Brett Funk and John Blades are his receivers. We have a 1st and 10 from the 29. 7:26 left to go in the opening quarter of play. Rahman, turnaround handoff. That's to Redford. Redford gets stood up just a couple yards past the line of scrimmage. Still a good gain on first down.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent gain on first down. It's going to be very important for London to be able to tackle Redford on first contact. You know, Redford, it's a big dude. It's a big running back who doesn't go down on first contact too often. So it's going to be a work of the linebackers to stop him before he goes to the 3rd level.
Redford, 5'10", 200 pounds. So he will be a tough drag as he gets another handoff. This time right up the middle, out to the 36-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd and short coming up here.
Yeah, and last season, this London Knights defense really struggled against the run. This year it's a little bit better, but, you know, it's it's about the linebackers to stuff the gaps. The corners need to tackle very well, too.
Rahman's going to throw here on 3rd down. Almost had a pick, as it looks like it was one of the linebackers, Slim Shady, getting in there and making the pass break up. So it's going to be a 3-and-out to start things off for this Fury offense.
Yeah, 3-and-out. Obviously, you ran the ball 2 times, which is, you know, normally what you want to do when you have a star running back like Redford. And, you know, but if you're in the Knights, you have to be very content with your offense, getting points on the first drive, and with your defense making a 3-and-out, and getting the ball in potentially very good field position, maybe about around the 30-yard line.
Dustin McRack with his first punt of the day. Malinishin fielding it at about the 20 or so, and he'll bring it out to the 26, where London will take over for their second possession. As we mentioned, this London Knights team trying to play spoiler, coming in as an away squad, and trying to keep themselves above water in the playoff race. Certainly can do that here with a win against a good Las Vegas Fury team. Nathan Lee changing things up at the line of scrimmage. I formation, 2 wide receivers towards the top of your screen. Lee's going to throw. Pocket collapsing, finds a receiver, And a good catch out to the 33-yard line. That's Tristan Carr with his first catch on the night.
You know, it's very important for the London Knights to spread the ball around. They have good talent on offense. They have a fullback that came in mid-season that we were speaking about. You know, they have Tristan Carr, who's now a veteran on this on this league. They have the hands guys, so and they have a Pro Bowl quarterback. So they need to spread the ball around.
Lee's going to hand it off to the fullback, and he does not get much. In fact, he loses a couple. So it's going to be a 3rd and 5. Good play by the defense. Slade getting in there, making the tackle.
And I like the play call by London. Unfortunately for them, the defender was right there to make the stop. A great play by the defense on that one. But if he breaks that tackle, that's a 1st down. So I like the play concept, but Las Vegas just did a great play.
Lee with another quick pass. Looks like the Vegas Fury defense is picking up on it as they force the incompletion, looking for Langley on that play. So London with a 3 and out, and they will punt it back over to the Fury.
And, you know, now the Vegas Fury defense just returns the favor. And you know, I think it's going to be a matter of, you know, it's going to be kind of a struggle probably here in the first half for what we're looking at. London with, you know, a very strong first defensive drive. And let's see if Vegas can get a good return here.
So a good punt by London. Feels it at about the 30. He'll bring it up the field. And Max Jackson will take it up about 7 yards out to the 37. So good starting field position here for the second possession for Vegas. And we'll see Thomas Rahman come out here. Be expecting more run, or do you think Rahman's just going to go to the air here, Ramos?
I think they will go ahead and run the ball. I think they have to put in Robert Redford in a position where he can get comfortable in this game. So I think they will give the ball again a couple times here in 1st and 2nd down.
And indeed, we do get a handoff to Redford, and he is just making people look silly out there as he makes it out to the 44-yard line. There were a few chances there for the Knights defense to bring him down, and he makes a gain of 8 out of absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a complete cluster of bodies there. Number 50, the linebacker, tried to make a stop, but, you know, just could not find a way to tackle the running back. And as you say, you know, Robert Redford taking this from maybe like a 1-yard gain into an 8-yard gain. And I think they have, you know, again, as I said, you know, 2nd down, I think they have the ball to him again, probably to the left.
2nd and short, I formation. Another handoff to Redford. Get hit right at the line of scrimmage. And forward progress gets him about a yard. The London Knights defense able to hold firm there for a 3rd and short coming up.
You know, now decision time, you know, it's still a 3rd and 1, a very manageable. You can still give the ball to Robert Redford, but you have good receivers. You might throw the ball. I think they will give the ball to Redford again.
Another handoff to Redford. He's got blockers in front of him, slips through one tackler, and he gets on the other side of the 50 out to the 48-yard line of London.
And Robert Redford is the motor of this offense. Obviously, they have a young rookie quarterback, Thomas Rahman, who has a lot of talent. He was drafted 1st overall in the draft, so he has a lot of talent. He's a big dude, but, you know, I think that this offense was catered towards the veteran running back, Robert Redford. They gave him a huge extension, a contract, and, you know, he's one of the best in the league.
Rahman with all day finally finds a receiver and gets 1st down yardage to Brett Funk out over the middle of the field, and the Vegas Fury will move the sticks.
And all day to throw right there by Thomas Rahman. I mean, I think that he could have ran for the same amount of yardage almost, just looking at how much space and time he had. But now it's bump and run coverage. I think you have to run the ball and take advantage of it.
And sure enough, another handoff to Redford. Redford trying to duck and dodge his way through the bodies. Only gets about a yard there as he's tackled by Rick Hard.
Wow, great job by the London defense. I think that, you know, in no offense, I think that the last year London defense probably would have allowed like a 15-yard gain on that play. But now in this year, they're just a better squad. They're just a better unit. So, you know, a very good job just stuffing those gaps and making the stop.
2nd and 9 now from the 36. Rahman to throw. Pocket collapsing. Hit as he's thrown. Had a receiver. And, man, yeah, stuck in the pocket there as he's getting hit. Great completion out over the middle of the Tango.
Yeah, and that's why he was drafted 1st overall. He gets hit, and he still has the arm strength to deliver a perfect ball. I mean, this is like a good spiral, you know, considering the situations. This is a good thrown ball, and you know, that's why you draft a guy like this in the first pick, who can make those tight throws when he's getting pressure.
Rahman actually drafted 3rd overall, as he's going to throw again. He's hit over the middle of the field, being dragged down, and again, Tango with another big catch. Didn't want to go down, and he gets a good 4 yards out of it.
Yeah, I mean, and this is something that, you know, players like this can do. I mean, it's just like getting something out of nowhere, getting something out of nothing, and now, you know, Vegas quickly into field goal range and probably even more.
William Davidson, Frank Axmall, Matt Patton, Tyrone Zeus, all on the defensive line. Slim Shady, we've seen him earlier. Nathan Blake and Jeff Malinishin are the safeties for this Knight defense, as Brett Funk gets another catch, and he almost gets the first down yardage, dragged out of bounds there by one of the corners, and it's going to be 3rd and inches instead.
Yeah, 3rd and inches, and I think this is, again, another opportunity to give the ball to Robert Redford. Again, you have to give the ball to your perhaps best player in the entire team, who is number 28. Spread offense, I'm completely expecting for them to run into the inside, open on the defense, and just run it to the inside.
Inside the SFL red zone, Rahman's going to throw, though, right over the middle of the field. Had a man, but into coverage, and it's going to fall incomplete, so it's going to be 4th and inches. Disappointing turn of events here on a Fury drive that was looking pretty good.
And a great job by the London defense again. Look at the coverage. I mean, there's nobody open on that one. Thomas Rahman had time to throw, but look, number 22, the corner is just running the route for the offense, for the offensive player. I mean, it's just he knew that the post route was coming and was able to almost get the interception.
Rigg, the defensive back, on the coverage there. And it looks like the Fury offense is going to remain on the field from the 16, 4th and inches, I formation, and they get a free play.
Wow.
Rahman's going to throw, though, into the middle of the field, and it's picked off. Doesn't matter, as they will get a first down, and the Vegas Fury are going to inch closer to the end zone.
That's just an unfortunate play by the defense.
Yeah, definitely a forced throw there by Rahman towards the left-hand side, looking for a man in the corner of the end zone, I think. But, you know, you're afforded those luxuries there when you get the defense to jump off sides, giving you a free play.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a very good play, you know, he threw it deep, trying to get something, because it was a free play. So, you know, instead of dunking it short, I mean, just try to get a touchdown.
Delayed blitz, it's picked up. Rahman throws, and he's got Tango again. No, excuse me, that's one of his other tight ends. And he makes the catch out to the 3-yard line, so it's 2nd and 2. Still a chance to convert a first down before getting in the end zone.
Yeah, it's a very methodical drive here by Vegas. You know, we've seen the run, we've seen the pass. We've seen the offensive line giving Thomas Rahman pretty good protection, except for that one play when he got hit. But, you know, other than that, it's been good protection. It's been good spaces by the offensive line to give Robert Redford open field.
First quarter winding down. Robert Redford getting his carry into the end zone. That's a touchdown for Las Vegas.
In completely open field, he did not even get touched, and that's great recognition and field vision by Robert Redford to get in the paint. Look, we will see at the replay here. He gets the ball, he gets to the line of scrimmage, and he looks at the fullback, number 25, and just identifies his back, and he just runs right behind him. That's great recognition by the veteran running back to get in the end zone, not even touched. Great play and great drive by the Vegas Fury.
That's why he's one of the highest paid players in the SFL, for sure. Extra point coming by Matt Rage. Good hold kick up and away and through, so it is a 7-3 ball game. As we get our score stream update, 16-3 was the final score in the 800th SFL game, called by your commissioner Cameron Irvine and Stephen Mullinax over on Twitch. It was a heck of a ball game for those of you that had missed it. Be sure to download the ScoreStream app, completely free to download, the official scoring app of the SFL, both on iPhone and Android. Rage kicks it away to the London Knights. Malinishin will field it at about the 5 and will bring it up the field. past the 25 to the 26 and 7, and finally gets dragged down at the 29 with 7 seconds left to go here in the first.
Yeah, and with 7 seconds, I mean, I don't think you. I don't think that you, coaching staff, you have to risk this. I mean, I think you have to just probably take it easy to the second quarter, give your defense a little bit of rest, and probably run the ball here one time.
Instead, they're going to throw. Pressure coming. Finds his man over on the right-hand side. Lee to Carr, and that is going to be the final play of the first quarter. 7-3 is our score here in Sin City in favor of the Hometown Fury. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Back inside Silver State Stadium. Eric Vinson alongside Ramos Lynn's second game of our doubleheader tonight on Saturday night. Nathan Lee going to hand it off to the fullback, and that's Ripley just making people look stupid out there as he brings it out to the 45-yard line for a first down.
Demonstrating why he was picked up mid-season on this play. He gets the carry and just runs right past a linebacker. He's a fullback, but he looks like he has a little bit of speed on the outside.
Certainly a big dude, 6'2", 265 for a fullback. Oh my God.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Oh my God. I wouldn't want to run into that. Lee's gonna throw it this time. Throws it out to his halfback, who doesn't keep the feet in bounds. It's gonna be a 2nd and 10 coming up.
That's not a fortunate play by Ray Kimball on that one. I think that probably he should have dropped it if he was gonna step out of bounds. And I think he had the fullback again, Ripley, wide open on the far side. But now in a 2nd and 10, let's see if they throw the ball here deep. And I think they will check it to the outside short.
Two backs behind him. Lee's gonna throw it over the middle. He had several receivers in the area. One of them able to reel it in for a first down, and Tristan Carr being that receiver.
That was a weird defensive scheme by the Vegas Fury. I said throwing it short to the outside because it seemed that it was just one guy against two, and that one guy was like 10 yards away from the receiver, so there was a lot of space on the flats. But let's see what they do.
Lee has a wide open receiver on the left-hand side. That one is James' hands, and he makes the catch for a 6-yard gain out to the Vegas 38.
Now they go to the outside with hands in a quick short route, and I'm really liking what London is doing here on this drive. It's just putting the ball in safe situations. Not throwing the ball to the very dangerous safeties and Merrick Katera and those guys. It's just kind of dink and dunk and running the ball, but it's working perfectly for them right now.
Lee under center, bunch receivers towards the top of the screen. He's going to throw it to one of those receivers, and that's Donnie Hands with the catch. Wide open for another first down. Tackle made on the play by Jack Burton.
And again, a great concept play on that one. I mean, there was 3 receivers on the far side. 2 of them go kind of deep and to the inside, and the one is isolated to the outside. He gets the ball and he gets some good yardage.
Lee, deep drop. He's going to throw it to the right into coverage. Tristan Carr still with the catch. First down yardage and more into the SFL red zone. It's going to be a 1st and goal from the 7.
And the linebacker, Levon Irvine, as you said, Eric, right there to make a play. But that was a perfect throw by the Pro Bowl quarterback. Getting the ball to the outside to his veteran tight end, Carr, coming in from Vancouver last season, and, getting inside the 10-yard line for 1st and goal.
Eric Dahlquist, Brett Funk, Tom Rahman, Pure 2K12, Major Key, Scott LaRue, just some of the names in the chat. Certainly appreciate you guys coming out tonight as Ripley gets another handoff, and he will get stopped just right at the line of scrimmage, maybe 6 inches past, and it's going to be a 2nd and goal coming up.
And I like the play call because it's a 1st down at the 7-yard line. So the play call, I like it. But a great job by the Vegas defense again, just toughing him at the line of scrimmage. Go ahead.
Lee is going to throw. He's got a receiver. Tristan Carr gets it in the end zone. Touchdown, London.
That's the same play. I mean, it was the same play where, you know, the one that Levon Irvine right there to make a play. It was the same concept. Tristan Carr not only catches the ball, but breaks a tackle. Breaks a key tackle. He gets in the end zone right there, but by the time he catches it, he's out of the end zone. So if he doesn't break that tackle, he is short. So he breaks that tackle, he gets in the paint, and London retakes the lead.
Boyka, one of the extra corners they probably brought in for the formation. The guilty party there, unfortunately not able to make the final tackle on Carr before he got into the end zone. Levon Irvine again in coverage. And another extra point try for London. Actually, the first extra point try up and good. So they retake the lead on that Tristan Carr pass to the end zone. So it's a 10-7 ball game in favor of the London Knights. And pretty much what we thought we were going to get here to start things off, although I think we've seen more passing from this Vegas Fury offense than we were anticipating.
Yeah, probably, yes. I mean, you look at the London Knights defense. They have some stout players on the front seven. Now, you know, as you say, you have Frank Axmall. You have those guys on the defensive line and linebacking core. Oh.
Max Jackson is a dangerous return, man. He almost broke that one with a couple spin cycles there. But go ahead, Ramos.
I had to shut up because I thought he was gonna break it. But yeah, I mean, you look at the front seven is very stout. I'm not saying the back end is not, but you know, you try to probably do something different with Thomas Raman. At the end of the day, he is the guy in your franchise. So I think that you have to put the ball.
Hand off to Redford, who gets maybe about a yard. They'll spot him right at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 coming up here for Vegas.
It's going to be very important. It's going to be very impressive if London can make a stop here, because now they took the lead. If they can make a stop, they have the momentum right now. So if they make a stop, you have Jeff Malinishin returning kicks back deep. He can probably get you in good field position and get the offense of London back on the field to put some more points.
Rahman under pressure, able to find a man in a sea of Knights. And that's going to be complete out to midfield. That's Blades with his first catch of the evening.
That's a great throw by Rahman. He has time to throw, and it's a sidearm throw, kind of like Matthew Stafford kind of throw, going to the inside, and he was open to make the catch and putting the ball at midfield.
1st and 10 from midfield for the Fury. Redford in the backfield offset. Rahman's going to throw. Rahman in trouble. He's going to check it down to Redford. Redford in trouble. Breaks the tackler. Past the first down marker and more. 2 broken tackles there. Just lowering his shoulder. An unbelievable play by Robert Redford.
Man, that's why you're given the biggest contract in the offseason. He breaks a tackle right there. And man, look at that. He's not content. He doesn't try to find the sideline. He tries to find them right between the numbers. Look at that.
The acceleration was insane on that play, though. He lowers his shoulder on that first broken tackle and then just takes off. Just insane to watch.
Yes, you know, and that's some stuff that separates good running backs from great running backs. It's like, how fast can you get from 0 to 100? And he got in a span of maybe about 2.5 yards, which is incredibly impressive.
Offset eye on first down from the London 36. Redford going to get another carry. And again, the London Knights were ready for it as he gets about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up from the 35.
And we have, you know, a little bit of change of pace on this. You know, we saw a couple of the big throws. Now, you know, running to the inside, trying to, you know, lower down the pace. It's, again, man-on-man coverage, so probably another run.
And it is indeed another run, bringing it out to about the 30-yard line this time. 3rd and 4 coming up for Redford and the Fury.
Yeah, and Redford looking just a little bit tired, probably just the stamina's going a little bit down. I mean, I cannot blame him breaking 2 tackles and sending him to the ground. I mean, I cannot blame him, but you know, I think that it's going to be about Thomas Raman converting for a first down.
3rd and 4. Instead, it's another handoff to Redford, and the London Knights were ready for it as they drag him down behind the line of scrimmage. And they will have to kick a field goal here. It'll be a lengthy field goal, but Matt Rage, I think, is up to the task.
Yeah, Matt Rage should have it here in the bag. And that's a great tackle by Frank Exmal on the outside, going to, you know, Robert Redford was going to get some open field if he breaks that tackle. So it was just a very important tackle by number 66 to force a field goal attempt here.
47-yarder for Matt Rage. Pressure was coming. Kick is up, and it is through. So Rage ties the game at 10 as both these teams in a fight for their playoff lives. The Fury sitting at 5-4, and the Knights sitting at 3-6 as we watch a replay on the kick here.
Yeah. 10-10 game, and it's basically what we anticipated. You know, at least I was anticipating. You know, London coming off a big win, a huge upset against the Queen City Corsairs, who are gonna be in the playoffs. So, you know, this London team proving they're a better team than last year. As I was saying, you know, they started the season 3-1. They dropped the last 8 games. It was a rough stretch for London, and now it's the opposite way. You know, they started slow, but now they're starting to pick up.
Malinishin with the return out to the London 26. Be sure to check out Richard's Printworks, the official SFL gear provider. Get custom shirts, polos, jackets, anything is possible, and built just for you. Check out his phone number down there at the bottom of your screen, or visit our website, simulationfl.net, for more details. 1st and 10 from the 26 for the Knights offense. 5:17 left to go here in the first half. Hand off to the fullback, Ripley. Ripley with a good carry, and he will make it out to the 31-yard line for a gain of 5.
And let me tell you, he is really quick for being 260-something pounds. I mean, he looks really fast for his size. And that's important to have on your backfield. If he's the only threat in your backfield, because your running back is a non-contracted player, you know, that's something that could be huge to have. No pun intended.
Gonna check it down to Ripley. Ripley was wide open there. Good pursuit there by the Fury defense. Able to knock him back behind the line of scrimmage. Actually, that was the halfback there, as they were able to knock him down for a loss of 1.
Yeah, they don't involve breaking ball a lot in the passing game or in the running game. It's basically the fullback and the outside receivers, including Tristan Carr. Trying to give him the chance right there. It didn't work, so I think they will throw the ball to Tristan Carr on this one.
Lee will throw. He's going to throw it to his left. He's got a man. First down yardage out to the 37-yard line. A good completion for the Knights to move the sticks.
A very good conversion right there, and it's been the same kind of pattern on the outside to convert on those clutch situations, and it has worked for London on pretty much virtually every single try. So it's going to be a matter to see whether the Las Vegas Fury can adjust and probably put Merrick Atera and those guys on the outside to try to prevent them.
Handoff to halfback this time, and that's a raking ball, and he does not get much. In fact, he loses a couple there as Max Jackson was ready for it. And this Vegas Fury defense is a good group of guys. London, obviously, with the the more shall we say intimidating defense with the 4 guys down on the defensive line, but they could definitely hold their own over on the defense. Can the Fury, as they show so right there, with a short completion out to Tristan Carr.
Yeah, and it's a good play to make it a 3rd and short, because sometimes when you throw the ball down the field, you get an incompletion. So now it's a 3rd and forever, and it's very difficult to do. So basically, you say, hey, we have to move the ball 13 yards. Let's move the ball half that distance on this play.
Crowd on their feet, chanting defense. Lee firing downfield, but that's another pick. Max Jackson with his first interception on the evening out to the 43-yard line, and the Fury will take over. 2:46 left to go in the half.
And that was wildly overthrown. I mean, he tried to get Tristan Carr. Yeah, it was Tristan Carr. And, Tristan Carr is a big guy, but I think he got bumped. I think it was the defense bumping him, or it was his own man bumping him. So, a very unfortunate sequence of events because, he tried to throw the ball. Lee did, and unfortunately it didn't work for him. Great job by Max Jackson playing center fielder.
Jackson with his 7th interception on the year. Rahman in trouble, avoiding pressure. He's going to throw it over to the right, and it's incomplete. Rigg again out there on coverage, and he has been doing a great job covering some of the big receivers here for the Fury.
Yeah, that's a very impressive. I mean, that's man-to-man against a good wide receiver. And you know, he just not only follows him every step of the way, but he's in front of him every step of the way. Good job by the offensive line, giving the quarterback just enough time, but even a better job by the defense on breaking the pass up.
Offset I formation for the Fury on this 2nd and 10 from the 43. Rahman going to hand it off to Redford. Redford following his blockers, throwing his arm out. Cannot get past the second defender, but makes it to the second level as he gets out to the 49-yard line. It's 3rd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, with a 3rd and 4, I think when you have a couple of very good receivers, have a great running back, I think that you can even give the ball to Redford to the left, and with some blocking, get the first down.
Rahman handed off to Redford. Redford trying to will his way to the first down marker, and the Knights defense holds strong as he gets marked down at the 49-yard line. And McRack and company will come out for another punt on the other side of the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. 10-10 ball game. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Two minutes to go here at Silver State Stadium as Dustin McRack comes out for his second punt. Eric Vinson alongside Ramos Lynn here for the second game of this doubleheader tonight. Game 801 in SFL history. Game 800 just the game before. As McRack with a nice punt. Special teamers able to down it. And they will mark it at the 4-yard line inside the 5. And this will be a tall task for the London Knights as they have 1:50 and 3 timeouts to work with.
And the Vegas Fury has really been so stout all game long. I mean, field goal today, Max Jackson almost took it all the way for a score. I think he was going to do it. And now we see a punt getting pinned deep inside the 5-yard line. So let's see if Vegas can make a stop, get the ball in good field position, and score before the half.
Lee in trouble, and he's going to go down for a safety. Big play by the defensive line getting in there, and there's that safety right there. Harley Stone with the big play for his team.
Man, and that's just a terrible job by the offensive line. I know that out deep front, but that's just a bad job by the offensive line. And Nathan Lee didn't make it better, just going and running into the defensive end instead of throwing it, out of bounds or something.
Fielded by Max Jackson. He's already up to midfield. And actually, no, that's another one of the returners there as he makes it out to the 44 of Vegas. And good starting field position. And that's the beauty of having a star punter. They're able to nail him back deep. Your defense takes over, gets the ball right back, and they have a 2-point lead now.
Yeah, they do. I mean, and not only they have a 2-point lead, but, 143 is a world of time when you have the ball at the 44-yard line and 3 timeouts.
Handoff to Redford. Redford looking for room. Squeaks out of the first tackler, but not the second as he gets down at the 46.
Very important here for the London Knights to stop here, to make a stop and getting the ball back. Obviously, now it's Vegas who has all the momentum. 5 points here in the last, essentially 2 possessions, one by offense, one by defense. So it's important for London to take the ball back and take it to the half with, limited damage.
Rahman short drop, throws it over the middle. He's got a man, first down yardage, out to the 40-yard line. It's going to be a first down to Funk as they get reset here on the no huddle. Rahman under center. He's going to throw again, stepping up, avoiding pressure to the right-hand side, into coverage, incomplete. Malinishin had a chance at the pick, but instead it falls incomplete. 52 seconds to go.
I like the call. I mean, trying to go to the, to the deep side of the field for, I think, the first time in the game, really. So I like the call because you still have, now a second down. you have 3 timeouts, as I said, you know, with good field position. So I think you can even run the ball here with Robert Redford one time.
Cabretti was the intended receiver there. He's going to throw again. This time he's got Brett Funk out to the 23. Clock continues to roll. Still all 3 timeouts for the Fury. Not wanting to use one here as they go no huddle. 1st and 10 from the 23. Rahman to throw again. Out route. He's got Blades. Blades gets knocked out of bounds at the 16-yard line into the SFL red zone. 2nd and 4 coming up.
You know, and we see, you know, great job by the offense, you know, getting some quick plays, getting out of bounds to save those timeouts, and still with 34 seconds, you know, again with all 3 timeouts, you can even put the ball into the inside of the hashes, even running the ball, passing the ball, because you still have a lot of time.
This one almost certainly looking like a pass here on 2nd and 4. Empty set for Rahman. Pump fakes. Goes the opposite edge. He's got Brett Funk, and he's going to get dragged down inbounds. So the Fury will use their first time out here.
Great job. I mean, you know, it's a 3rd down and 1. The ball at the 13, and it's you know, the time again for London to, you know, with Frank Axmall and those guys, you know, to put in some pressure to make a big stop. Empty backfield. I mean, I'm surprised it's empty backfield right now. You could potentially even run it to get a 1st down first.
Rahman's in trouble, and he gets hit, dragged down. That was Matt Patton in there with the pressure, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 1 for the Fury.
And you have to kick the field goal. I mean, you cannot go for it and risk coming away with this with no points. You have to take advantage of the momentum that you have in a game and try to score as many points as you potentially can. So now you have to kick the field goal, put this 15-10, and play some more defense.
Rage trying to add 3 more points to the board. He was good from 47, the attempt before. Awkward snap, gets it down, and is up and through from 30. So the Vegas Fury quietly putting up 8 points in a span of a short amount of time, as they now take a 5-point lead with very little time left in the first half.
Yeah, and if I'm London, I mean, you don't have the momentum in this game. If you cannot get like a huge return, I think that you have to take this to halftime.
24 seconds frozen on the clock. Rage will boot it downfield. APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House for all of your live streaming needs. Official sponsor of the SFL, as Malinishin gets dragged down at the 25, and Ramos, you called it, not really a great return. So London, they might be content to just kind of lick their wounds, regroup a little bit, and see what happens in the second half.
Yeah, I agree with you, because you know, it's a very manageable situation. It's just a 1-score game, and you have all the tools in the world to come back. So I think you have to take this to halftime and take it easy.
Handoff to Ripley, and London not in any hurry to get back to the line. So this will probably be the final play of the first half. Spygoat, your choice for sound reinforcement, our newest SFL sponsor. Certainly want to thank them for that. As we come to a close here in the first half, from Sin City, it is 15-10 in favor of the Las Vegas Fury over the visiting London Knights. 2K halftime show coming at you right now. We will be back for the second half in just a bit. Get a look here inside Silver State Stadium, live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Our second game of the doubleheader tonight. Saturday Night Football on the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music. If you're just joining us, welcome. Eric Vinson alongside Ramos Lynn. London received the ball to start the game off, so they will kick it away to the Fury to start things off. The always dangerous Max Jackson fielding it at the 10, and he will make it up to the 29-yard line, where the Fury will take over for their first second-half possession.
Let's see if Thomas Raman can put some points on the board here in the first drive. You know, London did it to start the game. They put up 3 points. So let's see if, you know, this is the opportunity where in half that you script more plays. You know, the first 5, 10, 15 plays of the second half are scripted. And let's see if Vegas can take advantage of it just like London did in the first half.
Raman a hand off to Redford. Redford not able to get out of the tackler. Looks like that was Slim Shady in there with the stop. Finally dragged him down at the 36. It's a good gain of 7 on first down.
Yeah, good gain of 7, and I think you have to just, you know, we're seeing a Robert Redford that it seems that he's getting a little bit quicker as he's getting some carries, you know, and I think that even though they are in the shotgun, I think this is a passing formation for them.
Raman does throw. He finds Funk once again, and Funk able to get first down yardage out to the 40-yard line, and Vegas on the move once again.
And very much like London did in the first half, Vegas having those, you know, short, you know, it's a run and then a short pass, not trying to take a lot of chances here. So I think we will see a methodical drive here for Vegas, probably another run here, and just basically dink and dunk to you know, get in some kind of rhythm here in the second half.
Raman, pressure picked up, throws it over the middle, low pass, but Brett Funk goes down there and grabs it from his ankles. Oh, no, excuse me, that was Knight. Knight is the receiving party there, and he will get first down yardage out to the 49.
And Thomas Raman had all day to throw on that one. It was a situation where Thomas Raman had all day to throw, and you know, and again, you know, when they spread the offense, it seemed that only 4 guys rush, and Thomas Raman seems to have a lot of time to throw.
Not that time, though, as he gets dragged down. I think that was Patton getting in there. It is, and he gets the sack for the London Knights.
Yeah, and not only him, but everybody beat his man. Look at that. Well, if not everybody, 3 of the 4 guys beat their man, Davidson included. Davidson, low-key, a very good pass rusher here in the SFL. Obviously, we see a lot of, you know, Alex Dominguez. We see a lot of, you know, the Tallahassee defensive line, but Davidson, one of the best pass rushers in the SFL.
Raman in trouble again, able to step up, pump fakes, able to avoid the tackler, and he throws it over to his man as he gets a gain of about 7 or 8 there out to the 42 for 3rd and 3. That was Blades with the catch.
Shaking off a tackle, and you know that's what you get when you have a quarterback like this. Like, you know, he's a big dude, and also he can, you know, struggle some tackles. So when you can, you know, avoid a sack, make a throw to make it a 3rd down and 3, that could be really, really huge to keep your drive alive.
And Thomas Raman, a tall guy, 6'5", very, very tall indeed, as Redford gets the handoff on 3rd and short. And London, once again, ready for that rushing attack of Robert Redford. And it's going to be a 4th and 5 coming up for McRack.
Yeah, it's you know, it's a very good stop here by London. They were able to get points to start the game, and now they get a stop to start the second half. So, you know, they are trailing by 5. So it's important to keep the opposing team in just, you know, 5 points, you know, 1 scoring affairs.
And McRack trying to pin down the London Knights offense inside the 5 once again. Could not manage to do that as the Gunners not able to keep the ball out of the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. So 1st and 10 for Nathan Lee and company. 8:09 left to go here in the third. Bunch wide receivers towards the top of the screen. Lee instead is going to throw it out to Ripley. Ripley with first down yardage out to the 34-yard line. A good gain of 15 there, and that's actually the halfback there that gets the Kerry King ball, Ray King ball.
Yeah, and I thought that was the fullback at one point as well, because showing a little bit of speed, he broke a tackle, and it's by far the best play we've seen from Ray King ball all game long, and yeah, I mean, in London, that time good protection, and Ray King ball probably here in the second half will have a couple of good plays.
Lee to throw again, over to the right. He's got Carr as he gets dragged down at the 42. Another good chunk play for this Knights offense as we get a look at the quarterback numbers.
Yeah, and both Tristan Carr and Hands have been killing this Vegas defense with those outside patterns. And it seems that the defenders are always trailing the tight end or the wide receiver. You know, it seems that, you know, they have kind of the correct play call, but at the same time, they cannot get it there on time. So, you know, London on the outside showing a lot of speed and you know, able to get a solid, you know, 6 to 10 yards on pretty much every play they try to do it.
Two backs in the shotgun formation with Lee. He's going to hand it off, and I think that's Ripley as he gets first down yardage out to the 45-yard line. Good carry for the fullback.
Yeah, very good carry on the shotgun. This is the first run we've seen from the shotgun by any team this game. So catching the defenders off guard, you give the ball to number 49, the fullback, a big dude. So when he gets to the line of scrimmage with a head of steam, you know, it's very tough to stop the first contact.
Lee to throw again, and he finds Carr once again, and he will be spotted just shy of the first down marker. 2nd and 1 coming up for the Knights.
And probably you can even give the ball, if not to Ripley, you can even give the ball. I mean, you know, here in the second half showing a little bit of speed, so you could potentially give the ball to number 32 and try to get this yard and a first down, keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 from the Vegas 36. Lee instead is going to throw a quick pass over to the left, and he's got a man. That's Hands out to the 36-yard line. And that's James Hands, should specify that, as he gets first down yardage out to the Vegas 36.
And James Hands on the outside again, and this is the bread and butter, it seems, for London in this game, for this game plan, is just throwing the ball short to the outside and, you know, have some rhythm doing that. You know, now in a knife formation, there's about 8 players in the box. Let's see if they go deep enough.
Instead, they hand it off to Ripley, and Ripley again just making people look silly out there. He has had a couple good carries like that tonight, as Rex Ripley able to get first down yardage on the carry there. Yeah,
and this is so important to have, you know, a back, you know, here in the backfield who can break a couple tackles, because when you can do that, that gives you balance, and that gives you the opportunity of, you know, hitting the defense in so many ways. Here with the fullback, you go inside, get some yards, and we've seen him also go to the outside and get a catch and positive yardage. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing from the London Knights offense and throughout this game, really.
Ray King ball in the backfield. Instead, Lee is going to throw, and he had 3 wide receivers bunched up there. And again, that's James Hands with another big catch for the Knights as they get 9 on that play.
And I completely thought Levon Irvine was going to make an interception and probably take it all the way. I mean, he jumped that route and just could not find the football. If he finds the ball and he makes the interception, probably he's gone. I mean, he was completely flying to that football.
Offset eye, handoff to Ripley. Ripley getting first down yardage, and he'll get out to the 10-yard line. Well, they will give them a 1st and 10, not quite a 1st and goal. Still spotted at the 10, though, so we'll see what they can do here with the extra first down.
Yeah, I think the ball is like at the 10 1/4, so technically it's a first down. Technically they can still get a first down if they get to the 6-inch line. But I think they will have to maybe throw the ball a little bit. They have run the ball a lot with Ripley, probably he's a little bit gassed.
Lee in trouble, backtracking, throws it over the right, and he's got Donnie Hands this time. And he will make it out to the 6-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and 5 coming up.
But now with 2nd and 5, the ball at the 6. So yeah, I mean they technically could get a first down here if they get to pretty much maximum progression without get it in the end zone. But, you know, this is a very methodical drive. It seems that London has been on the field for the entire second half.
Lee gonna throw, hit as he's thrown, and the ball falls harmlessly to the turf. As that Vegas defense gets in there, there's going to look at Fats Johnson, who had the pressure on the quarterback.
And luckily goes to the ground. I mean, that was the ball bounced in a defender's, I think, helmet or something like that. And if that ball bounces a little bit higher, there was a defender right there about 3 yards away from the ball that could have intercepted the throw. So luckily for Nathan Lee and the London offense, that ball did not get intercepted.
London trying to take the lead by getting into the end zone once again on a 3rd and 5. Lee to throw, tipped, and it's going to be intercepted. In the end zone, Vegas Fury are going back the other way. Great play by Anthony Wayo to be in the right place at the right time.
You know, it's the same play they have done all game long, and finally, it was not even Itera. The wide receiver just completely dropped the ball. That was a touchdown. I mean, if that was Tristan Carr, that's a touchdown. But very unfortunate for the Knights. It bounced off his hands, and Anthony Wayo is right there to make the play.
Handoff to Robert Redford. Redford gaining ground up to the 25-yard line. Will be 2nd and 5 coming up for the Fury.
Now it's the opportunity for the Fury to demonstrate. I mean, they can, after a turnover, they can get some points. You know, it's something that is very important here in this kind of games where probably we will not see any of this team get more than about 25, 26 points. So if, you know, you can make points after a turnover, that's going to be huge.
Oh, Redford running angry out there as he finally gets dragged down. Just shy of midfield, but there is a flag on the play, so we'll see what the penalty is about.
Holding, number 81,
And that one's going to be heading back as John Blades was called for holding on the play. Anthony Wayo with his 5th pick, by the way, giving the ball back to the Fury offense and keeping the lead for the Vegas Fury. 15-10 your score currently.
We've not seen a lot of Jeff Malinishin in this defense. I mean, we've seen it return a couple plays, so let's see if Malinishin can make a play in this half.
Malinishin coming up there from his safety spot, not quite making the tackle, but still dragging Redford down, just a little bit past the line of scrimmage. Going to be a 3rd and long as they are spotted just shy of the 17-yard line. Four wideouts for Thomas Rahman. Rahman will throw. In trouble. He's just going to throw it away as the defensive line was definitely putting some pressure on him and didn't want to get sacked again. So just take the throw away, make it go in 4th down, and kick the ball back to the London Knights.
Yeah, and that holding penalty completely killing that drive. You know, very unfortunate when you a penalty just completely kill a drive. Fortunately for Vegas, they have, you know, what you were saying, you know, a very talented kicker, punter, sorry. So probably you can still try to win the field position battle with a little bit of your defense.
Fielded at about the 40-yard line. Malinishin goes just about nowhere, as they'll probably mark him at about the 44 or 45. Once we get the stat guy down in the truck to get that penalty animation off of there, we'll tell you for sure. Get a look at Rex Ripley's numbers there. Not bad for a fullback. 9 carries, 32 yards. He hasn't had a ton of opportunity being a Week 7 signing, but certainly making his presence felt today on the Vegas Fury. But they are down 15-10 as Ripley gets a handoff on 1st down, and he will get dragged down behind the line. Fats Johnson in there along with others to make the play.
Yes, it's a very, very talented quarter guys that, you know, Vegas brought from veteran players. You know, it was Robert Redford on the offense, but on the defense, Barry Katera and Fats Johnson and Levon Irvine. You know, veteran guys who've been in this league before, and they know what's up.
Merrick Itera standing Rex Ripley up there after only a gain of 3 or 4, and Itera letting him know about it there.
Yeah, I mean, it's now on 3rd and 6. You're in prime position. I mean, you were able to make a stop. You're in prime position to make some points, to get some points here, and you know, it's gonna be very unfortunate for the London Knights if they just come up empty after this drive and have to be forced to play some field position.
Lee to throw. He's going to throw it to the left, and it's picked off, going the other way. What a play by the Fury defense as Chuck Warsaw, the linebacker, comes away with a pick, reading this the whole way, Ramos.
Not only a pick, but a one-handed interception. I mean, on that play, we've seen the defense trail the offense all day long. It seems that the offense is just quicker than them. But in that play, the linebacker is able to recognize it. That's the halftime adjustment. That's the, hey, you know, they have been killing us with this play like 20 times already. Let's make a stop whenever we see that formation, and they just did.
Hand off to Rahman following the turnover, and he's dragging bodies out to about the line of scrimmage there as we get a look at the rushing numbers from both of these guys. And Ramos, we talked about this also. This London Knights offense likes to turn it over. They are dead last in the SFL in turnover differential.
Yeah, they are, and you know, I think it was a lot on try to throw the ball one and after time. So that's why they brought in Ripley to give their offense a little bit of balance. It has worked, but you know that interception bug still haunts them.
Ooh, and almost threw another one the other way. Slim Shady just can't believe what happened, as he had one right in his mitts, couldn't quite reel it in.
And that was just given to Shady right there. I mean, that was given into the hands. It was not the other, like the other. They made an incredible one-handed interception. That was just given right to him, and he was unable to make the interception. Very unfortunate for number 99.
Couldn't make the most of his opportunity, as Rahman is going to throw on 3rd and long, throwing over the middle of the field, and is tipped and incomplete. Shady out there, I think, on coverage on the deep throw, which is insane for a linebacker here as we get another look.
Yeah, basically running like a Tampa 2 scheme where you have the middle linebacker go cover deep. So it worked perfectly. I mean, Sling Shady has the speed and the size to go deep and cover a receiver, it seems. So, you know, when you have that guy that is so versatile, it's going to be huge for your defense.
Oh yeah, Bunner, I'm coming. I'm blocking this.
Certainly has the size, 6'3", 238, as McRack gets another chance to pin the Knights back deep. It'll bounce at about the 8-yard line. Too big of a hop, though, as it goes into the end zone. And that'll be a touchback for the London Knights.
No. Just a little bit too powerful on that punt. You know, we saw that one punt that was down inside the 5-yard line, and then it led safety. So they obviously tried to do the same thing, but just a lot of leg on that one.
Two backs in the backfield for Nathan Lee, starting things off at the 20, 1st and 10. Lee in trouble already. He's going to zing it out to Ripley, and Ripley goes virtually nowhere as the defense converges on him, gets a game of a couple there.
You know, Ripley very involved again, you know, in the passing attack, on the rushing attack, and it seemed that Nathan Lee needed this balance at the beginning of the season. He was a lot of throws, a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Now he has a guy in the backfield that he can trust. Give him the ball about 10, 15 times a game on the rush, and probably 5 or 6 times on the air.
And another great throw by Lee to Tristan Carr, and Carr was wide open as he makes it past the first down marker out to the 39.
You know, and it's the same type of concept. What a job by the offense. That was a clean pocket. That was a very good pocket. All day to throw, and there was yet another perfect strike. A very fast third quarter. At least it's been for me.
Oh, no, it's absolutely been busy. Speeding along here as we approach 30 seconds left to go here in the third. Lee is going to throw again. He's going to throw over to the left, or excuse me, the right-hand side. Almost picked again. And that was a sliding attempt by one of the extra corners, Boyka, getting in there.
Man, if Boyka makes the interception, that was going to be almost as impressive, if not as impressive, as the other pick that we saw a couple drives ago. Again, he tried to make it interception one-handed, and he almost got it.
This guy's working for playing time out here, Ramos. Good grief, man.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 from the 39. Bunched receivers towards the top of your screen for the Knights. Lee is going to throw. Shuffles over to the right. He's got Tristan Carr. And, man, if Carr could have stayed in bounds, it looks like a little revenge game there as he shoved Boyka to the turf.
Yeah, Tristan Carr is a big guy. You know, it's a guy that you cannot tackle easily with a corner, as Boyka sees there, and experiences firsthand. He switches hands to the right hand, and he does the stiff arm with the left hand and gets some extra projection.
229 yards through the air for Nathan Lee. Also those 3 interceptions. As the Fury holding on to a 5-point lead here in the winding moments of the 3rd quarter. Nathan Lee to throw. He's got Carr again, and he will make it out to the 41-yard line. Clock will pause for a hot second as he got shoved out of bounds there.
Yeah, but it will go ahead and run again, and we will get the 4th quarter now.
And right on cue, we're going to flip sides of the field. Final chapter coming to play here as the Vegas Fury holding true on that 5-point lead against the visiting London Knights. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Finally getting our great music in there. 2nd and 4 from the 41 as we flip sides of the field. Nathan Lee under center. He's going to hand it off to Rex Ripley, who gets dragged down right behind the line of scrimmage. Max Jackson coming all the way up from his safety spot to make the play. 3rd and 5 coming up.
That was complete recognition by the defense, by the Vegas Fury. Everybody got some penetration on the defensive line, and everybody came in to stop Ripley. I mean, they were expecting that run. They did not even for a second buy on the pass, and they were just keyed on number 49.
Lee to throw. He's got his man. 1st down yardage out to the 35-yard line of Vegas, and the Knights slowly moving their way towards pay dirt.
And again, that's the receiver who dropped that pass that led to the interception. So now redeeming himself with a 1st down. And then the ball, at the 35-yard line. Let's remember, because they got Ripley, they got rid of their start kicker. Now, 52-yarder is a tough kick. We saw Prefontaine get it earlier for Sioux Falls as a non-contracted guy, but still it's a very difficult kick to make. But now they get into field goal range.
Definitely getting into the field goal range, as they make it out to the 26. That'll be the edge of field goal range here, as that one probably a 43-yarder. If you're just joining us, Eric Vinson alongside Ramos Lynn, the 801st career SFL game, as Ripley gets a carry, but he's going to be marked just shy of the marker as Max Jackson comes up and makes another key tackle for the Fury defense.
Yeah, Max Jackson is an unbelievable player. He got a Pro Bowl nod last season as a safety and a kick returner. I was able to coach him in the Pro Bowl, and he was able to make an interception in the Pro Bowl, and he's so talented at so many positions.
Ripley just barely getting enough for the 1st down, as again Jackson coming up and making the tackle. And this Fury defense has been ready in recent memory here, stopping that run game of the London Knights. As we get a look at Tristan Carr's numbers there, as he's over 100 yards receiving.
Look at this defense. Let's see if they throw the ball deep here.
Now it's going to be a handoff this time. And just, what is that, 3-4 straight runs now to Ripley, and just not getting a ton of rushing yards there, Ramos.
Yeah, I mean, it was strange. I mean, I thought it was primed to be a passing play for 2 things. Number one, obviously 3-4 carries straight. And now, you had a defense that had about 8 players in the box. Maybe about 3 guys just covering deep. So I thought they were going to throw the ball and test that secondary.
Lee's going to throw this time, and he's going to throw it deep. Just overthrows his intended receiver. That looking a lot like the interception, the last interception that he had thrown there.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I mean, it was pretty much essentially the same play that they tried to do. And again, by the second time, the ball was just completely overthrown. So now it's a third and that was a touchdown if that pass is on target. So now a third down and 11. Vegas will play just deep and try to prevent a first down here, I think.
Lee to throw, under pressure. He's going to throw it over to Carr, and Carr able to get the first down. Out to the 12-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 as we tick inside of 8 minutes to go in the ball game.
I don't like Boyka's approach on that one because he has to know better where the first down marker is, and that's the only guy he has to shadow. I know it's zone coverage, but you know you need to make sure that if the receiver is gonna catch the ball, he doesn't get past the first down marker, which he did. So now London keeps the drive moving. First down, and they still get one more if they get to the 1-yard line.
Offset eye for the Knights. Lee instead is going to throw. He's going to find Ripley, and the defense ready for that one as he gets no gain on the play. Getting a look at the quarterback numbers here.
You know, good quarterback numbers passing yards-wise for Nathan Lee, but 3 interception is something that has haunted the London Knights for so long. As far as Thomas Raman, he just hasn't tried to throw the ball deep that much.
Lee's going to throw again. Sidearms it over to the right-hand side, and that was almost a pick for Levant Irvine, and he probably could have taken it to the house there.
I agree. I mean, if he makes that interception, if he picks blocks, he is gone. I mean, he is completely gone, and he was able to read that play very well. And now in a 3rd and 10, you know, they have too many players in the box. Vegas does. So let's see what's the defensive approach here.
Blitz coming. Lee's going to throw it over the middle. He's got his man, but the safeties and the second level ready for it as they stop him shy of the first down marker. It'll be 4th and 4 coming up here. Hands with the catch.
And I like the defensive approach here for Vegas. They went aggressive. They blitz, forcing the quarterback to do a quick throw, and the defense was right there. I mean, it's okay if the receiver catches the ball as long as he doesn't get past the sticks. You know, it doesn't matter if he gets good progression. It's just stopping him before the first down marker and force a field goal.
And that field goal is up and good from 22, so the Knights inch a little bit closer to the Vegas Fury, as the Fury hold a 2-point advantage off of the safety from a Dustin McRack punt that nailed the London Knights back deep. So now London's going to kick it off over to the Fury as we got the ball teed up. 6:34 left to go here in the final stanza of this ball game. Fielded at the 10, Max Jackson returning it. Over to the left-hand side, he will make it out past the 30 to the 33-yard line. And that is where the Fury will take over. You said it, Ramos. Thomas Raman just hasn't thrown the ball a ton, and he hasn't had to throw it a ton, just simply because you got your boy Robert Redford back there toting the rock.
I agree. I mean, you have Redford, you have the guys, you know, like a possession receivers, kind of go short routes, getting the catch, safe hands, and getting, like, no pun intended, safe hands, but
what a heck of a hit there on the other side of the catch as Knight makes the reception. Just shy of a first down as we get on a look here.
Makes the catch. That's a great throw, and what a hit by Shady on that one. But not enough for a first down, and this is where Robert Redford can shine. You know, I think defense will be committed to Robert Redford, but you know, look, the safety is right there at the line of scrimmage. Try to cover the edges.
2nd and 1, handoff to Redford, following his blockers for the first down as he makes it out to the 47-yard line where they will move the sticks.
A great job by the offensive line, opening up the hole on the inside, and Robert Redford was able to pretty much go untouched for the first 3 or 4 yards until he got hit and brought down.
With this clock ticking away, the Fury might be content just running the football a little bit more, although they will throw. Rahman will complete the pass out to Funk, and they will make it out to midfield there as we get a look at the wide receiver comparison for the Fury and Knights.
With 5 minutes, I mean, if you're Vegas, obviously the dream scenario is, you know, taking the ball slowly but surely into the end zone and take about 3 more minutes off this clock. That is the premier, you know, option here for Vegas.
Rahman's going to throw deep, tipped and incomplete. John Blades had a step or 5 on his defender there, the safety coming over and making that play. Nathan Blake with a great play.
This could be play of the game. Nathan Blake doesn't get an interception, but definitely prevents a touchdown. He recognizes it. He goes and protects the outside, helps his corner, who got beat, as you said. And if he doesn't make that deflection, John Blades is definitely gone for a touchdown. So this could be the play of the game. Because if London makes a stop here, or even if they, you know, force Vegas to go for a field goal, it will still be a 1-possession game.
3rd and 6, pressure coming. Rahman able to throw it over the middle to Redford, and Redford will extend the drive out to the 40-yard line of London.
You know, we see Robert Redford for the first time go, you know, down the field and make the catch. Well, you know, obviously when we see Robert Redford get catches, he's normally on the flats going from his running back position, but now he goes and tests the middle of the defense and able to make the catch and a very important first down.
And more importantly, the clock continuing to tick away on London as they are still down by 2, fighting for their playoff lives against the Fury, who are solely in playoff contention with a 5-4 record. They will hand the ball off again to Redford as he makes it out to the 36.
And now, you know, Robert Redford trying to, you know, close this game out, and that's why you pay running back big bucks. You know, it's close the game. You know, sometimes the passing attack will win you the game, but it's going to be the rushing attack, and the defense is going to protect that lead. Sorry.
2 backs in the backfield for Rahman. He's going to hand it off to Redford again. London Knight defense ready for it this time as they drag him down behind the line. Lynn Shady in on the action.
And it seems like Lynn Shady's on every action tonight. We've seen it. We've seen it cover deep, like as I was saying, a Tampa 2 defense, and we've seen it now covering Robert Redford, stopping him for minimum projection. Now it's a 3rd and 8, not field goal range. So, you know, if London can make a stop here, it's going to be huge for them to get the ball back with about 3 minutes left.
Another handoff to Redford. London making the stop. Definitely not getting the first down. And I think this might be just a little bit out of Rage's range, as this would be a 54-yarder. Yeah,
I think it is. And you don't want to force it. Miss a field goal and give the opposing offense great field position to go out there and win the game with a field goal on their own with about 2.5 minutes left. You have to punt.
Well, and this is why you've got your star punter as well. McRack has done well as he's pinned the Knights back on a couple of occasions, one resulting in a safety. As the Fury special teams able to get back there, actually doinks him on the helmet as the ball was coming down, so downed right at the 10. And again, another punt down inside the 20 for McRack.
That's a great punt, and that's a great job by the gunner on that one. The ball hits him in the head, but hey, it's better than getting into the end zone for a touchback. So, you know, now it's time for London to drive the ball probably about 65 yards for realistic field goal range.
Lee's going to throw it over the middle. That's tipped and incomplete. Pressure was definitely coming on that play. Had to get rid of it quickly.
You know, it's time for, you know, it's the situation for London where they have enough time. They have more than 3 timeouts, but, you know, it's about 65 yards for realistic field goal range and the win. So you want to kind of take your time a little bit, but still, you know, try to quickly get some passes effectively.
Nathan Lee to throw. He's going to throw deep, and that's incomplete. Max Jackson with the blanket coverage out there knocks it down to the turf. 2:26 left to go here, and a 3rd and 10 coming up.
And that play just hasn't worked. They have tried it 3 times. And one time he got intercepted by Jackson. This time almost picked up by Jackson. And the other time was completely overthrown. So I think they have to stick to what they have done. You know, passes to the outside, those quick slants. I think that's going to be the key for success for London if they want to win this ball game in this drive.
It is getting loud in this building here, as it is a 3rd and long for Lee and company. Pump fakes a couple times out over the middle, and it's going to be short of a first down. 4th and 3 coming up as Donnie Hands makes another catch, and you got to go for it here if you're London.
I will disagree. I think you have to punt just because you have 3 timeouts. I mean, you cannot give if you miss, you're giving the game away. Oh,
instead they get a free play, which will result in a first down. So a big mistake by the Fury defense, as we will see what happened. I think that was Warsaw that jumped off sides. Warsaw with the big interception earlier in the ball game. And they will actually call it on 92 as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 15-13 your score here in Vegas. We'll see what happens. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. So on the other side of the Frank Slade penalty, it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Knights. Minute 59 left, all 3 timeouts. They are in business as Lee is going to throw over to the left-hand side, caught by James Hands as he is dragged out of bounds on the play. Minute 55 frozen on the clock.
Good play. I mean, it's a catch for a 6-yard gain. You go out of bounds. You can save those 3 timeouts, getting out of bounds, and you know, still more than enough time. The offensive line just needs to give their quarterback a little bit of time to throw the ball here.
And that was just a little bit of time as Lee quickly fires over to the bottom of the screen. Falls incomplete, as I don't think the receivers were quite ready for it just yet. And it's going to be a 3rd and 4 coming up here.
Yeah, I don't think they were. I think that probably the quarterback, Nathan Lee, panicked just a little bit. I mean, I know it's a quick, you know, step drop and throw the ball quickly, but I think that he threw the ball probably about half a second earlier than he wanted to.
3rd and 4 from the 29. Bunched receivers towards the top of the screen. Lee, short drop over the middle of the field, and that's caught for first down yardage. Out to the 36. They will run no huddle. Lee under center. Takes the snap. He's going to throw deep this time to the right, and he had Tristan Carr, just another overthrow, and Nathan Lee has had a few of those today.
Yeah, he has, especially going to target Tristan Carr, which you will think will not be the case because Tristan Carr is tall enough, but still, I mean, that's what happens sometimes. So Tristan Carr has been targeted a lot of catches, but we've seen about 3 or 4 times where he's been overthrown.
2 backs in a shotgun formation for Lee and the Knights. 1:37 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Lee to throw. Threw it right to the defender. And again, Levant Irvine. That's 2 now for him that he just wasn't able to reel in.
Yeah, he knows it. Yeah, he knows, and that's why he plays linebacker and not tight. That was the premier opportunity for him to get an interception. If not seal this game, at least be about 2 steps closer from sealing this game.
So another 3rd down. Lee to throw. He's got a man open. Tristan Carr for the first down and more. And he's going to get dragged out of bounds at the 44-yard line of Vegas. 1:28 frozen on the clock.
Wow, what a play by Tristan Carr. Not only he catches the ball, but as you say, he goes out of bounds. Look, he puts the ball out of bounds on purpose, I think, just to stop the clock. I mean, what a heads-up play. And if you know, I think that Tristan Carr is the player of the ball game. You know, we've seen a lot of the fullback Ripley. We've seen the defensive, you know, performance of London all game long. Lynn Shady with a great game, but I think it's Tristan Carr, the player of the game so far.
Have to agree with you there. 1st and 10 for the 44. Blitz coming! And that's going to be marked as an incomplete pass. Levant Irvine getting in there with the pressure.
He, you know, it's not been a lot of times where he's been sent up on a blitz on the end to force the throw, and you know Nathan Lee was not ready for it. He thought he was gonna have more time to throw the ball. He didn't, and you know London dodges a bullet.
2nd and 10, 1:25 left to go. Lee to throw. He's going to throw it to the man out of the backfield. That's raking ball, and he gets knocked out of bounds at the 38. And that's key on this drive here, Ramos. They've been able to get out of bounds and save their timeouts.
Yeah, it's been key, and you know here for raking ball again. This is the about third, got the ball all half long, and again he gets some pretty good yardage to make this a 3rd and shorter. And I think, I mean, if you're London, this is Tristan Card time. I mean, why not? You know, he's been the best target on offense. So I think that you have to give the ball to number 84.
3rd down from the 38. Lee with time. He's going to throw it over the middle, and it's intercepted. Vegas will take over, as that was Anthony Weil with his 2nd pick of the night. And that just about killed it there for the Knights.
Wow, what an ill-advised throw. I mean, yeah, they threw it to Tristan Carr, as I was saying, but man, I was not expecting a deep ball on the inside. Obviously, what Vegas is trying to do is prevent, you know, London to get the big plays. I mean, they are kind of leaving the short spaces, but that was a really poor throw and decision by the quarterback.
Now, I may have spoken too soon, Ramos. Again, we mentioned London with all 3 timeouts as Redford trying.
What is he doing?
I don't understand what the strategy was on that play, as he literally just runs straight out of bounds, gets about a yard, but stops the clock.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed that it was the other way around. I mean, like he was like J.R. Smith, and instead of thinking he had the lead, he was down. I mean, it was like, well, I mean, he just ran straight out of bounds. He did not even try to turn the corner or anything.
Oh no, J.R., no. 2nd and 9 from the 25. Redford with another handoff, going north and south this time. And he will make it out to the 30-yard line. London's going to use one of their timeouts. They have 2 remaining, and they have a very distinct possibility of getting the ball here.
And they have to run the ball again. If you're Vegas, you cannot get intercepted. I mean, I think you have to run the ball, and whether you get a 1st down or not, live with it. If you don't, you still have your star punter back there to boom this one.
That's pretty much the ball game here, as Redford's going to get a handoff. London does their job as they stop him behind the line. So they will have 1 timeout remaining, and they'll have a little bit of time following this punt. I'd say probably within the 50-second range, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah, I will say so. I would say probably from 52 to 53 seconds to, you know, we're still 1 timeout trying to put the comeback. I mean, they don't need a touchdown. With a field goal, that makes you the winner.
That's the key there, absolutely. We don't need a touchdown. They just need a field goal. As Ramos just said, McRack, who's had a few good punts today, Malinishin fields, and he will bring it up to the 37-yard line. So 54 seconds, 1 timeout for London. And we'll see what Nathan Lee can do, see if he has some magic in him.
And that was just really bad, you know, clock management for Vegas. Not only Redford stepped out of bounds in that first carry, but also the punter snapped the ball, or the long snapper, if you want to look at it that way, snapped the ball with 10 seconds on the play clock. So instead of 44 seconds left, it's 54 seconds left. That could be huge.
Lee with a quick throw to his man coming out of the backfield. That one going nowhere. 2nd and 10 coming up. Clock continuing to roll.
They have to audible out of that.
Lee, short drop. He's going to throw it over the middle. Tipped and incomplete. And they kind of lucked out there without audibling out of there.
Yeah, you know, very much I was saying audible out of the pass to the backfield, because if he, you know, if the running back gets stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain, I mean the clock will still roll, keep rolling, and obviously they're not gonna win this ball game. So, you know, good job by London just gathering again, and, you know, making a hold up.
Lee's gonna throw. He's got a man towards the left, and that's James' hands with the catch. It's gonna be a 4th down, but more importantly, he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, he did get out of bounds, but you know, It was a very unfortunate play by Hans. He gets the catch, but he cannot get past the sticks. Now, with a 4th down and 1, you still have 1 timeout. Call me crazy. Well, they don't have the fullback out there. I was gonna say you can even run inside to the fullback and get that top yard just to keep the drive alive and call a timeout.
That was certainly a thought, but it looks like they might throw here. This is that same formation with the bunch of receivers towards the top. Lees with a short drop. Instead throws it out to Rakeem Ball coming out of the backfield, and he gets ushered out of bounds by Marikai Terra. It's going to be spotted at midfield, 1st and 10 with 29 seconds left on the clock.
Big clutch play by Rakeem Ball on the outside. He had a lot of space and was able to pick up the 1st down. And again, as I was saying, as you were saying, sorry, he gets out of bounds. He stops the clock with 29 seconds at the ball in midfield. I will say London needs about maybe 22 yards for a realistic field goal range opportunity.
22 seems fair. Same formation this time for Lee. Deeper drop, throws it over to the right, and it's almost intercepted.
I don't blame them. I don't blame London because with 28 seconds, you need to get a play to get you 20 to 22, maybe 23 yards for field goal. So I don't necessarily blame them, but that deep throw to Tristan Carr just hasn't worked yet.
25 seconds left to go. This time bunch receivers towards the bottom of your screen. Lee with a 5-step drop, pass time. He'll throw it over to the right, and it almost intercepted again. Could have easily gone the other way. Was Boyka. Couldn't quite reel that one in. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 coming up.
Man, and if you're the defensive backs coach, you're kind of pulling your hair. It's like, how many times, Boyka, do you need to have the ball hit in your hands for you to finally catch it? It's like the 4th time Boyka has been unable to make the interception.
So 3rd and 10, 21 seconds on the clock. Lee to throw. He's going to throw it towards the bottom of your screen, and he's got the grab, but he's staying inbounds. He's tackled inbounds. Clock continuing to roll. 4th and 5. This is the ball game right here. Lee's going to throw. Lee in trouble. Spins out of pressure. Throws it over to the left, and is incomplete. And that was 4th down. So they will turn the ball over to the Fury, and that's the ball game right there.
Yeah, he got a lot of pressure, and he was just completely off target on that one. He just threw it to the sideline. Thomas Raman gets another hit by by a London player. But regardless, Vegas just by a hair gets the win. 2 points. And it was the safety, Eric, at the end of the day. It was the safety who made the difference.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And we talked about that. London's going to use their last time out here. 1 second left on the clock. But you're absolutely right, Ramos. It was the safety at the end of the day that did it. And that was a result of McGrack pinning back the London Knights offense and then the defense of the Fury to get plenty of pressure on Nathan Lee. So, arguably it could be, another turnover, basically, as he's thrown 3 picks also.
Yes, he has. And this is a very, very, very important win for Vegas. Now they are in a 3-way tie with Mexico City and the Sioux Falls Sparrows at 6-4, trying to get 1 spot in the playoffs.
And more importantly for London, as we get a look at the 2K postgame show, London was kind of scratching and clawing and trying to keep themselves alive here in the postseason race. But this loss might have knocked them out of contention here.
Yeah. At 3 and 7, it's pretty much game over.
Well, as we get a look at the final highlights here, Ramos, you got any final thoughts for the people before we send them home?
I think it was at the end of the day the big clutch plays that Vegas did defensively with the interceptions by Mac Jackson, and so on. The safety that they were able to get, that was the difference at the end of the ball game. The offense did just enough with Robert Redford. Thomas Raman looked okay, but I think it was a huge situational plays, the safety that they were able to get. This Anthony Wayo pick that, if he doesn't make the pick, if Tristan Carr catches this is field goal range, and probably London wins. So at key points in the game, Vegas was able to make the plays, and London was not able to make the plays.
and it was a very hard-fought, close ball game. We expected a knockdown, drag-out fight between these two squads, both with differing offensive ideals here. One throwing heavily through the air. So we get a look at Robert Redford as 2K Sports Player of the Game. 26 attempts, 62 yards on a touchdown, 23 yards coming out of the backfield. Differing opinions on offense, and we got a good ball game out of this one. So for everyone... Sorry, go ahead, Ramos.
Yeah, we definitely did. I mean, both games tonight, low scoring.
So I want to thank you for checking out the doubleheader here on the SFL Network. Brought to you by 8 PM Music. My name is Eric Vinson, alongside Ramos Lynn, on behalf of all the people, great people down there in the heart of Texas at SFL headquarters. Good night, and so long. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.